Crime Time Japan.
Alright, this is Crime Time Japan, episode 3. This story is called Osaka Karaoke Pub Stabbing. And this website wrote 11 articles about this case. And the first article didn't have much information about it. So I'm going to read the first 2 that are here. And I might do the other, I think 11. Let me check. Oh, wait, no, so they did 13 articles about this. I might do the other 11 at some other point in time, because this looks kind of interesting. I think it's a lot of his text and stuff, so that might be kind of fun to look at. Yeah, it looks like some of these other articles have a lot of pictures and stuff. So, for this episode, we're just going to stick with these first 2 articles that they published. Alright, let's scroll down here a little bit. There we go. Alright, it says, on July 14th in Osaka at a karaoke pub close to Tenma Station called Goma-chan, the manager, Miss Mayuko Inada, 25's, corpse was discovered. Near Tenma Station, even during the corona state of emergency, in the center of the restaurant alley where many young people gathered, Goma-chan, which was in the corner of a building with many girls' bars and lounges, became the scene of a crime. And this place, by the way, is very close to where we live. I remember getting a text that said, oh, some girl was stabbed over here. But I didn't know the full story until I looked at these articles. Alright, so let's go down a little bit. Got some nice pictures here. It says this is from a social affairs reporter. In the evening of the 11th, the security cameras picked up Miss Inada coming to work. After that, they didn't see her leaving the building, so there's a high probability that she was murdered. The right side of her neck and her left lung were penetrated. Ooh, didn't know she ran that kind of bar. With deep incisions. Oh, never mind. The cause of death was deemed death by blood loss. Yeah, or getting a knife to the lung. It might have been that. It also appears that she had defensive wounds on her arms from where she resisted and tried to protect herself. Over her whole body, she had 10 places with gashes. So I'm made to believe there was a strong intent to kill. The first person to discover Miss Inada's corpse was her acquaintance. It had been a few days since this acquaintance had gotten any contact from Inada, so she was worried. She visited the morning of the 14th. The door was locked, so she and the building manager opened it with the key and entered. Miss Inada was bathed in blood. How was the door locked if she was dead? Oh, I have just enough strength to lock the door. Or call the police? I don't know. Or even better yet, crawl outside. Don't lock the door. Fucking go outside. People will see you. They'll help you. I'm very confused as to what happened here. Alright, let's scroll down a little bit here. Alright, I guess this is the building. Miss Inada opened Goma-chan during Corona in January of 2021. Before that, she worked at another karaoke pub for more than 4 years. She quit that karaoke pub last July because she wanted to fulfill her dream of opening her own store. In roughly 5 months, she became the victim of a tragedy. You hear that, kids? Never follow your dreams. You'll only end up getting stabbed to death. Alright, let's scroll down. Go to the next page. Here we go. Page 2. Miss Inada's well-known acquaintances were choked up. And more sex talk? Oh, wait, choked up with emotions. I'm sorry. I got so confused. The Japanese is really tough. No wonder they won't give me a real job here. So it says here, Miss Inada was a really polite and charming girl. I can't imagine her incurring anyone's wrath. At her previous job, about 1.5 years ago, she often said, I want to open my own store. Even when she quit, her and the owner had a long discussion. Miss Mayu was popular, so she was supposed to be important to the store. He must have been pissed when she quit. Yeah, I want to open my own karaoke pub. I ought to stab you. Huh? I said I hope you have great success. I think despite this, he recognized her independence because everyone recognized Mayu's sincere personality. She said, if you want to open a store, you have to love the area. And she also frequented the neighboring restaurants. It says she had a wide face. I know this means that she was popular, like everyone knew her face, but I like to think that she just had a big fat head. Her atmosphere resembled that of fashion model Miho Tanaka. So there were some people who called her the Tenma Miho Tanaka. Hey, you're like that fashion model, Miho Tanaka. Oh, thank you. I didn't know I was that beautiful. It's more like your atmosphere. Oh, okay. All right, let's scroll down a little bit here. Oh, we got some nice little seals. All right, here we go. Okay, it says Goma-chan was affected by corona, so she had to comply with reduced hours. One of Goma-chan's regular customers said customer traffic wasn't affected by this, though. Okay, let's scroll down here to the next one. Got some nice baby pictures of her. Goma-chan was a quite wide store, and the interior was beautiful. There was a counter and a big screen, and the karaoke stage was also spacious. That's good, because I'm a big boy, and when I sing karaoke, I like to get wild. But due to infection control, karaoke was forced to stop. Yeah, that's why you don't start a karaoke bar during a pandemic. I heard Goma-chan's origins are from Miss Mayu's favorite seal. A little of her facial expression looked like it too. Maybe she really did have a big face. I don't know. From the store opening, she received flowers from various people. I remember she was quite popular. When I first read the article, I was really confused by the name of the store, by the way. Goma in Japanese means sesame. Like, goma dressing is like sesame dressing for like salads. But I guess there's a Japanese character that's a seal called Goma-chan. Which, like, did she get permission to use that character? Like, did she just straight up steal it? And as we saw in the previous picture, there was seals all around. Yeah, I'm opening up just a restaurant called Mickey Mouse. Yeah, I'm opening up a store called Mario Land. No relation. It's okay. There's gonna be Goombas and Yoshis, but don't worry, no relation. No copyright infringement, you hear? During the state of emergency, you couldn't serve alcohol. She said, I want the customers to still have fun. She did things like make handmade food, and instead of alcohol, she thought about non-alcoholic drinks. I'm not making this up. It literally said she thought about making them. During Corona, she had many trials and errors. At last, it says saved up, but I think it means she probably got her startup capital. I woke up from my dream as it was finally becoming a reality. I scroll down a bit here past these baby photos. Since the discovery, 3 days have passed as of July 17. They still haven't caught the criminal, and different speculations are buzzing around. And then down here, this is from a different acquaintance. This is not a rare story given her profession. Really? She just worked at a karaoke bar. We Japanese hate karaoke. Miss Inada seemed to open up to people and said, there's a customer who is persistently contacting me. Actually, that was me. I'm like, please, I don't want to fuck you. I just want to practice Japanese. He won't leave me alone. He's such a creep. Please, can you just respond? I need to learn not hiragana, not katakana. Just give me some fucking real kanji, please. At her old job, she was the so-called #1 knuckle-headed ninja. After going independent, this popularity followed Miss Inada. The customers going to Goma-chan were not few. I never heard about any trouble, but there were quite a lot of people obsessed with her. It appeared Miss Mayu was relentlessly entangled in scenes. She tried the punk rock scene, the emo scene. She even tried hardcore for a while. She just couldn't find her voice. And now, literally, because of the knife wound in the neck. Okay, back to the social affairs reporter. The Osaka police proceeded by analyzing the security camera footage and smartphones. To some extent, they should be narrowing down the criminal, but the current situation is that the store where the incident took place is currently off limits, so the investigation is at a stalemate. What, the cops can't go into the building? Hey, shouldn't we be checking out this crime scene? What? No, it's roped off. Gotta wait for the police. Hey, but we are the police. Miss Inada didn't want to lose her dreams to the pandemic, but her sudden death is causing many sad expressions to be floating around. We're still waiting for the truth to come out in the investigation. Okay, here's a picture of her. Hey, she's a little cutie, isn't she? Very stabbable. I love this big-ass glass of ice. Yeah, I'll have a whiskey on the rocks. You said a glass of ice? Thanks a lot. Yeah, can I have just a smidgen of whiskey and just a big pile of fucking ice? All right, let's skip to Article 2. Why is this all blurred out? Is this a porno or something? All right, let me refresh. Oh, wait. It was just blurring their pictures in this photo. Never mind. I'm stupid. All right, Article 2 of Osaka Karaoke Pub Stabbing. This is where things get interesting. And I want to say it's because of this guy right here, whose face isn't blurred out. This is the incident of Miss Mayuko Inada, 25-year-old corpse being found inside her karaoke pub, Goma-chan, on June 14th. The Osaka police on the 18th arrested a regular patron of that store who lives in Nishinomiya City, Hyogo Prefecture, Mr. Hiroshi Miyamoto, 56, on suspect of murder. Let's scroll down a little bit here. Since the discovery of the incident, the police interviewed people and analyzed the security footage and proceeded with on-site verification. Miss Inada died around 9 or 10 p.m. on June 11th. The right side of her neck and her left lung were cut deep, and the cause of death was deemed death by loss of blood. Alright, so we already read a lot of what's coming up in the article, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Ooh. Maybe here. Since the discovery of the incident, it was around 4 days before the suspect, Mr. Miyamoto, was arrested, and many people said, yeah, figures. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Maybe it's the Japanese, like, yapari, or yahari. Like, we think this man is the murderer. Oh yeah, it makes sense. It was definitely that guy. Do you think they even had to investigate, or were they like, who would have killed her? I was that guy. It was definitely him. Alright, let's go to page 2. Alright, let's scroll down here. The suspect, Mr. Miyamoto, had been pursuing Miss Mayu for about 4 years. At that time, she had been working in a different karaoke pub near Timma Station, and Mr. Miyamoto would only stop by on days when she was working. Really? You think it's this guy? The stalker? She quit that job in July of 2020 and opened Goma-chan in January of 2021. Miss Mayu was the owner, so she was there every day. So the situation was that this Miyamoto guy would also stop by almost every day. Every day he spent at least Ichiman in. So that's about $100 a day. A day? Wow. Therefore, I think he was spending roughly $3,000 a month. Wow. She still wouldn't fuck him. If I had $3,000 to blow every month, oh boy, I'd have so many fucking Naruto figurines. Believe it. $3,000 a month. Fuck, man. What kind of job? He's definitely not an English teacher. Okay. There were many customers who had their eyes on Mayu, and among them, he was the most enthusiastic fan. And let me skip down here a little bit. He looks okay here. Wait, hold on. Is that Michael Shannon? I won't let you cut that cute bartender, Zod. Miss Inada's school chum talked about having trouble handling this. When she worked at the previous karaoke pub, Miyamoto was persistent. She strongly told him, "Please don't come here anymore." Nevertheless, he continued coming to the store, and it was hard for her. Why didn't the owner just kick him out? If he was a foreigner, like, even just talking to her, I'd be like, can you get out of here? Oh, a Japanese guy looks like a murderer. He's okay. He's okay. She was a hard worker, and this was the first time I heard her gripe about work. I literally have students kick me in the balls at work. Get over it, bitch. He's spending fucking, what was it? $100 a night? I'm literally getting kicked in the balls. Boo-hoo, I'm getting free money and attention from Michael Shannon. I think he went there quite often. Even since opening Goma-chan, he often stuck around until just before closing time. Those times he said to another customer, "When you leave, I'm gonna cut her with my knife." To which they both had a good laugh. "I'm finna slice her up real good. Gonna penetrate her one way or another." No, he said, "Let's drink for another hour." Oh wait, hold on. I think this is... Oh no, she asked another customer to continue drinking for an hour to avoid being alone with him. This is where I don't like reading Japanese. How am I supposed to know who's speaking? I thought we were talking about the guy, and then it's like she's talking all of a sudden. Can you give me a little fucking context here? Okay, scroll down here. Actually, this ain't too bad, and actually has a quite wide karaoke stage. If I got too drunk, I'd do karaoke there and jump off into the crowd like a mosh pit. That'd be so fun. There's just one Japanese guy trying to hold me up. Please, you're too heavy. Everybody's having fun, right? Also, I keep thinking this is Shrek on the screen, but it's clearly not, so I don't know what the hell they're watching. Okay, next it says, the day of the incident, midway through the 11th, there was supposed to be another staff member there, but Mayu didn't want that person to return late, so she let them go home early because she had a kind personality. So I think it became just her and Miyamoto. Help! This guy's a creep. He's been a 5-year problem for me. Go ahead and go home early. Why not? Go ahead and leave me alone with this fucker. With the knives. That'd be great if he was a knife salesman, like, and he just slipped and, like, accidentally cut her, like, 20 times. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, man. I stabbed my favorite person. Okay, go down a little bit here. This is from the same guy as before. Almost every day he frequented Goma-chan, but he had a wife and kids back in Nishinomiya. Don't do it, Zod! You have a wife and kids back in Nishinomiya! It's okay, Superman. Cheating in Japan is okay. It's a cultural thing. Seriously, he was there every day. Bro, in Osaka, you can just buy a prostitute for the same amount of money you're blowing on this woman. Like, what are you doing, man? He sat at the counter quite late drinking by himself, so I was surprised that he had a family. Japanese will literally talk to rapists and murderers before acknowledging that foreigners are even human. I've lived in Japan for 10 years. I really want to speak Japanese and connect with someone on a basic human level. So where are you from? Hey, you're a creep who is here every day. You got like a wife and kids back home, right? You're trying to fuck around on them? Alright, I'll talk to you as much as possible. Because tomorrow is my kid's graduation, he said in a conversation. But I thought, is it okay to drink late the day before your kid's graduation? Another regular teased him. He really likes Miss Mayu, doesn't he? And he's here every day. Needless to say, I think this says, whatever was said, he would wryly smile. So I guess when they were teasing him, he would just kind of like smile, like, hey. Yes, I am here every day. Yeah, I do have a wife and kids back in Nishinomiya. Can y'all leave soon? Can you scroll down here a little bit? Miyamoto even came to Goma-chan on his birthday, July 2nd. Jesus Christ, his wife must be horrible. Hey, it's your birthday. Fucking douche. This is from a male customer who happened to be present that day. From as early as 5 p.m., Miyamoto was celebrating a type of modest birthday party. During the state of emergency, you couldn't offer alcohol to customers, so he opened about 5,000 yens worth of non-alcoholic champagne. Do they even make that? That day I saw Miyamoto and Miss Mayu having a normal conversation. That's nice. At least they had one kind of nice moment together when he bought $7,000 worth of non-alcoholic champagne. All right, let's go to the last page of the article. Page 3. All right, scroll down a little bit. More baby photos of her. Normally Miyamoto was quiet, and during the state of emergency, karaoke was stopped. But before that was enacted, he would grab the mic. It doesn't say he sang, it literally just says he would grip the mic. He was a plain businessman type, and his clothes were always a suit. He wasn't the type to liven the place up or be the center of the conversation. However, I did see him singing Kazumasa Oda, and I told him I thought Disaster Piece by Slipknot was a little more his style, but he told me that was a little on the nose. At the time I was confused, but now I get it. Goma-chan had an older demographic, so Kazumasa Oda or Southern All-Stars live videos were often played. He looked like he was having fun watching those videos. He's just thinking about stabbing her, and they think he's like having a good time. Imananji. Gonna stab this bitch. Imananji. She's gonna get it in the lungs. Imananji. I spent over $100 a night. That's the Weird Al version. Look up Southern All-Stars. I guess it's called Imananji. That would make sense, wouldn't it? It's a quite fun song. The aforementioned friend couldn't believe Miss Inada's death was real and was at a loss for words. And then he blabbed to the newspapers. Back in the day, Miss Mayu liked anime. During this time, we talked about being excited about the Maho Shoujo Madoka Magica new release. She said, I want to be beautiful. So she went to the gym and was dieting. She worked hard running her own store. Sorry, I thought that meant running at the gym. She worked hard running her own store and looked at her family problems. She was really a good girl, and yet something like this occurred. Yeah, really? You're surprised a cute woman who owns her own bar by herself, who allows creeps in, is going to get stabbed? Come on, this is typical stabbing. Typical. Instead of returning home to his wife and kids, he chose to go to Miss Inada's tight, fresh, young pussy. Oh, sorry, it says smiling, welcoming face. I keep mixing up the Japanese words. On the 11th, after visiting that store, exactly what kind of interaction was exchanged? I think he said, I'm basically single-handedly keeping your dream alive. Can you reciprocate some kind of emotions to me? And she said, your bill will be $127. Thanks for buying all that non-alcoholic champagne. No one else was going to buy that crap. Miyamoto claims he went to the store but denies the charges. Yeah, wasn't me. Listen, you're the only one that was here. I'm obsessed with her. It wasn't me. Hey, did you stab this girl you're obsessed with when it was just you and her all by yourself and she had a problem with you for 5 years? Nope. Just bought some non-alcoholic champagne. Then went home to my wife and kids in Nishinomiya. That is funny. This story is so confusing. Like, how did he even know where her new store was? I mean, she probably told him at the previous karaoke bar. And listen, he's fucking paying you $100 every fucking day. Buy some fucking security guards. I don't know if it's a Japanese thing or a woman thing or a Japanese woman who owns her own karaoke bar thing. Like, oh, this creep will be fine. I'm just going to tease him for 5 years. Please. She said strongly, please go away and never come back. And then he was back the next day and she was like, okay, you're fine. All right, let's scroll up a little bit. Maybe there are some good photos here we can check out. I mean, I guess she was kind of cute. I could see why she got stabbed. I mean, she's running her own karaoke bar by herself with nothing but creeps. Let's see here. What do we have? Just the same old blurry photos. Whatever. Let's check this one out. Alright, there we had it. The Kirby Massacres. That was episode 3 of Crime Time Japan. Hope you liked it. I don't know if I can read 11 more articles about this. But the second article I kind of liked, where it just got into how creepy he was. Well, there you have it. Crime Time Japan, episode 3. The Kirby slayings. I don't know if I'll get into the other 11 articles. I looked at one. It was kind of boring. But then some of the text looked kind of fun, so I don't know. Anyways, I got a wife and kids back in Nishinomiya and some non-alcoholic champagne to drink, so see you later.